What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon, and a few vlogs back you might have seen a video where I went op shop hopping. So I went to a whole bunch of op shops quickly. For those of my friends overseas, like my mate the Grey Man from the UK, he brought up the fact that he didn't know what an op shop was. He was like, what's an op shop? We call them charity shops over here. So for those overseas, an op shop is short for opportunity shop, which is what we call our charity shops. Don't ask me why, I don't know the answer, but that's what we call them. So I said I was going to eventually continue doing that on days where I don't really have a plan of where I'm going to go. There's still plenty of shops and things that I plan on going to. The reason I'm going where I'm going today is because later on today I have to go to a car meet or a car show for a work thing, right? So I figured I'd plan my vlog around that area. So today my plan was to go to Savers. Savers is like the supermarket of op shops, right? They're all big stores. And normally I go to the Savers in Greensborough. That's the one I know of. I've known of it since I was in school. But what I found out last night was there's actually also a Savers in Ringwood, which is not too far from me. So I'm gonna go to the Ringwood Savers, check that out for the first time, and then go over to the Greensborough side, check out their Savers, and depending on how much footage I get between those two stores, I'm sure there'll be some other places we go to in this vlog today as well. So, buckle up. Quick shout out to my Minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of The Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. Alright boys and girls, so I filmed this about a month ago, so all the commentary I had in my head while filming it is all gone. If you're wondering how this works, every Saturday I go out and film a vlog, and then on Wednesday I release it. But right now I've got a whole bunch of vlogs backed up, which is great. Some Saturdays I can actually take the day off, but when I film vlogs, some of them I want to release the following Wednesday after the event, and other ones aren't as important, like this one. This vlog isn't that important. In fact, I might not even release this on a Wednesday. This might be a Monday night vlog. Who knows? Anyway, we're inside Savers in Ringwood. I'd never been here before, and it had been quite some time since I'd been in Savers itself. Now, I follow a few flipper channels, and every morning they seem to be at these racks with these hooks with all the bargains. You got to get there first thing in the morning. Unfortunately, I was not there first thing in the morning, but we're going to have a look through and see what kind of goodies we can maybe find. There's plenty of books in Savers, and when it comes to toys, you know, they've got a fair share of plushies and other things. And of course, these VHS tapes piqued my interest, but there wasn't a lot going on there. I mean, the Jungle Book, remember back in the day when I was a kid, these Disney films on VHS were like super hard to get. They would release them for a very short limited time, and then they'd go back in the vault, they'd say. So all the classic Disney movies back in the day when I was a little kid were super hard to get. If you had them, they were special. Hey, I remember Spot. If you're a big Star Trek guy, or a Trekkie as they say, maybe you want to head down and get these Star Trek VHS tapes for 99 cents. What a bargain. And have you ever wanted to be a ballerina champion, but you just never had what it took? Well, come down to Savers and you too can be a ballerina champion. Or is that a gymnastics trophy? Anyway, I found the toy section. This is what I came here for. As I mentioned before, when I watch those flipper content creators, I often see them finding really cool stuff in these little bags, and they seem to be just like mixed bags. There's no real, you know, structure to them. It's just like they get so much stuff coming and donated that they just chuck a bunch of stuff in a bag and go, here you go. It's like a mixed bag of lollies. But like the op shop video, I just found a trend that most of this stuff was, it was mostly kids stuff. And you know what? It's a great place to take your kids to find them new toys, because you know, kids, I don't have them, but you know, what I've heard is they play with a toy for, you know, a week, and next thing you know, it's on the floor for the rest of eternity. So yeah. But you know, I did come across some things that kind of was like, oh, I guess that's kind of interesting, like Nerf guns. You know me, I used to be a Nerf guy. Alright, so there wasn't much for me, but before I left I thought, why not check out the clothes section? It's really what is Savers bread and butter. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to always go to Savers and see if I could find cool t-shirts for cheap. There was that Flash shirt there, but yeah, not a lot there for me today, or on this day 1 month ago. This basketball ring though was pretty damn cool. Alright, so there wasn't a lot going on in there. I can't remember if I mentioned earlier, I went through a little period where I was watching a lot of flipper YouTubers, I guess you call them, where they would go to places like this, find bargains and then resell the stuff. Some of them are there every day, and I was like, is that Savers? The little bags with the hooks. Yeah, so it was definitely Savers, but yeah, not a lot going on in there. There's actually a cash converter just 2 minutes down the road, so I actually might check that out next. And then we'll head down to Greensborough to check out Savers there. And there was a cash converters in Greensborough back when I lived there. I don't know if it's still open, so we might go to those places still. Alright, so this cash converters was located in Ringwood Square, I think it's called. I've never been to this little shopping complex. I always drive past it when I go to Eastland, which is the bigger shopping centre. So it was cool to finally get into Ringwood Square, and this was the cash converters, and look, heaps more cool stuff than Savers. Oh, what is that? That is a cool alien xenomorph. You know, I had to ask about that. But yeah, I was actually quite surprised how many collectibles there were. The gentleman asked me if I needed a hand. I was like, no, I'm just having a look. And he was like, we've got more collectibles over here. Look at these Wizard of Oz Barbie dolls. They're $700. Oh my god, that Terminator is pretty badass as well. Check this out, $29 for the entire series of Friends. That's 10 seasons for $29, and it was still sealed. So you can see they got heaps of video games, and I noticed this cool thing. It had the Mandalorian logo thing on there, but it was a voice changer. I was pretty intrigued with that. Voice changer. I should have bought it, and then I could have narrated these videos, or this video, in the voice changing feature. Had $7 on this. Is that Drax? These were the old little Eagle Moss collectible statues, I think. And check out this! The butt putt golf game, baby, yeah! We all need a little butt putt in our lives. Oh, that sounded really weird. Alright, let's go for a trip down retro video game lane. Oh, memory cards. Remember you used to have to have memory cards? They were 8 megabytes. How crazy is that? Sonic the Hedgehog there for $15. That's not too bad. I'm a bit of a Sonic guy. I'd never seen that Superman game either. Alone in the Dark. We used to play that on PC back in the day. That was a grouse game. And check this out. They had RoboCop on Game Boy. An R-rated movie as a Game Boy game. That's insane. You got some BJ meats there. That's pretty cool. I was kind of hungry, so I thought about getting some bakery. I'd never been to this place before, so I thought I'd explore and see if there was anything else in the center, but turns out there really wasn't. Alright, that was actually pretty cool, cash converters there. That aliens thing was cool. $250, so that's a bit much for me. But yeah, I was quite impressed by the range of collectibles they had there. And I resisted getting food. It's only 10:20 in the morning. I don't need food. Oh, I wanted food so bad, but I didn't get it. Go me. Alright, so now I'm going to go to Greensborough. Back to where it all began. When I first started my YouTube channel, guys, I was living in Greensborough. So yeah, we'll go check out Savers. We'll see if cash converters are still open. And depending on how much footage I get, I may go to Collector's Quest in this same video. We'll see what happens. Alright, so here we are at what I call the Savers. I first came here when I was probably about, I want to say 15, 16, with my best mate Luke, who's also a channel member. He took me here. He used to live in Greensborough, so it was the first time I ever went to Greensborough at that age, and we used to go to Savers. We used to go up the road to this fish and chip shop and get what was called a $2 snack pack. $2! You would get a dim sim, a potato cake, and a bunch of chips for $2. Those are what I call the good old days. But in we go to Savers. Let's go. So being that this was the second Savers I'd been to in the same day, I walked into this one like a pro with all the experience in the world and went straight to the toy section. And to be honest, it wasn't much of a muchness. I mean, these are pretty cool, little Deadpool. Those Deadpools I actually saw later in the day in one of them claw machines where, you grab the prizes. But yeah, they had much of a muchness. It was all mostly kid stuff. I was hoping to maybe come across some random action figures, like some random, Marvel Legend figures and things like that. They've always got these 12-inch figures when you go to these kind of places. You got some weird looking Ahsoka there. And then what looks like a mech Spider-Man, maybe? Now, if you like clutter and chaos when it comes to collectibles, they had this shelf full of clutter and toys. I saw this lamp and I thought about making a wish, but I didn't because there were people around and I was scared they were going to judge me. And then I went to the clothing section, and the Flash seems to be very popular in Savers. You can be the Flash for how much? $13, and you too can be the fastest superhero in the world. Now, this Savers had a ton of Nerf blasters, including the classic, the Maverick. I actually did a video on that Nerf blaster a little while ago. If you guys are actually interested or you're into Nerf blasters and things like that, do check out some of my older Nerf videos. If you type into YouTube Nerf SimpleSimon, I'm sure they'll come up, but there was like a sort of 1 to 2 month period where I was having a lot of fun with Nerf blasters. So yeah, do check out those videos. Anyway, back to Savers, and I'm still looking through toys. Oh, some Batman in there. And then, this Barbie doll was trying to get my attention with those legs sticking out. This car here, back in the day, was my dream car. The Ferrari Testarossa. I know about that car from Miami Vice back when I was a kid. I'd love to have one of those, but if I had one, I'd have it in silver, just so you know. So I was pretty much done with the toys, and I thought I'd have a look through the rest of the store, including this section which had all the tech stuff. Alienware mousepad there, which is cool. I used to sell Alienware laptops, and as cool as they look, they actually suck balls. The amount of Alienware laptops that used to come back with problems was ridiculous. I thought this lunchbox was pretty funny, very suitable for me, always hungry. It would have been better if it said always hangry, right? Huh? See, that's why I work in marketing now. And of course, there was plenty of physical media there, as well as books. Oh no, I can see a video clip coming up, and I'm going to catch you guys by surprise. I don't know if you're ready for it. So here are the books, and I'm about to show you something that you guys didn't know about me, but I'm quite the singer. Check this out. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. Now if that isn't worth hitting the like button for, I don't know what is. So I was done with Savers, but there's still plenty more video to come. I had plenty of time to kill before I had to go to the car show, so I thought I'd see if Cash Converters was there. Turns out Cash Converters is still in Greensborough, but they'd actually moved across the road. So across the road I went to check out the new Cash Savers, and when I walked in I was like, is that it? It was the smallest thing ever. Like, I've had bedrooms bigger than this Cash Converters. So I believe what it is now is, obviously they do have some stuff there, but I think it's more of the Cash Converters now where you go to apply for loans and things like that, and maybe trade in your stuff for money and things like that. But they actually did have some collectibles there, and they had plenty of guitars, probably traded in by struggling musicians. So I was done with the cash converters pretty quickly, and I thought I'd go into Greensborough Plaza. I used to be there a lot back when I used to live in Greensborough, but it's been a while. I thought about going into Good Games here, but the staff dude there at the door smiled at me and I got scared, so I didn't go in there. Apparently that Good Game was one of the stores that got hit from the Pokemon raids when stores were getting broken into for the Pokemon cards. Crazy! Anyway, we're in Toy World now. And the scrolling sign there says they've got big bargains. Every time I see these wicked Barbie dolls, I always have a look to see if they've got the porn website on there, but they always have them covered up. I saw this Marvel thing and I was very curious. It says 3D hologram projector, and I was like, what is it? I want to see it. But yeah, I couldn't see it, unfortunately. And then I went to the action figure section to check out what big bargains they had, and I feel like I got lied to. I mean, they had the Pattinson Batman for $10. That's not the worst figure for $10. And then after that, I think this is actually in Target now. I thought I'd get some Hot Wheels shots for all my Hot Wheel guys. I was going to say my Hot Wheel guy friends, but that kind of sounds weird too. I love these ones here from all the, you know, with all the cool packaging. I believe they call these premium Hot Wheels. Now, I've often mentioned that I'm not really a wrestling guy, but I definitely used to be, and Lita was awesome. I used to be a huge Hardy Boys fan. I used to love Edge as well, before he became big too. I was a big Edge fan, back when he was in the Brood. And then you've got My Hero Academia. I really like these figures. I just don't want to buy them all, because if I buy one, I feel like I need more. Once they come down to clearance price, I might have those in my collection, hopefully. The Anime Heroes figures actually pretty good. And $25 is not bad, but you know, I'm looking more at 20. I don't know what these Transformers things are. They look like the Pop Mart mystery figs, but they're not Pop Mart. It's kind of interesting. $12, that's not bad. And something else that I've noticed Target and Kmart doing recently is these like collectible accessories, like these display cases, which are actually pretty cool.
So I did find something from Savers. Nothing exciting at all. In fact, when I show you, you might be like, that purchase sucks, I'm unsubscribing. Greensborough, man, like, hasn't really changed much. I went and got a coffee from the place I used to get my coffee from, Centerview Cafe, I think they're called. And at first I was like, oh no, they've changed management. And I hate when I go to, like, you know, my favorite places and, you know, you get there and all of a sudden all the staff are different. You're like, oh no, they've changed management. You eat their food and it's like, oh, it's not the same. And then 6 months later, that place would be closed down completely. So I went to order a coffee and then I saw the lady who used to make the coffee. She was still there. So I have no doubt this is going to be a great coffee. Taste test. Yep. Lady can make a coffee. Very good. I'm pretty sure I mentioned earlier, I've got to go to a car meet or car show today. It's out in Autobahn, Epping. I think they just have it in the car park. People bring their hotted up cars. One of the guys from my work is going to be there with his car on show. I'm going to film some video content for my work. I'm going to be doing that. So I've still got probably about an hour and a half before I need to really be there. So I'm probably going to head out Epping way. And if there's anything worth filming, I might, if I see any cool shops, I'll get some footage. If not, I might just end with some car show footage and then show you what I picked up for the day.
Alright, so take note on how bad the weather is looking right here in this shot as I head out towards Epping, and take note of what the weather's like once I'm actually at the car show. So I decided to head out to Epping Plaza because it's right around the corner from where the car show was, and it's been quite some time since I visited this shopping centre. Back when I used to live in Greensborough, I used to frequent Epping Plaza. But yeah, it'd been a while, so I thought I'd go in there and see what kind of cool shops they had. And this is their Toy World, which is much cooler than the Greensborough one. Now, I'm about to cut to some real-time audio because Sarah is a huge Cars fan, and this one's for her. Alright, so that wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be, and definitely wasn't as cool as I remembered. But check this out. Hot Wheels have skateboards, kind of like Tech Decks. Hot Wheels are coming for Tech Decks, which is a little interesting. I don't think I'm actually in Toy World anymore. I believe I went over to Big W or something like that to film this footage. There's some Chromie mystery figs that Sarah would probably be into, and of course a little bit more of those anime heroes. These figures look so damn good. And then before I left, I thought I'd film this shop here because I thought it had an interesting name. Bangin' Berry. And that's Berry. So it was time to go to the car show, and as you can see, all of a sudden it is a beautiful day, typical Melbourne weather. Now, even though I kind of work in the automotive industry now, it's really not my scene. People there, I don't know about cars. I know about Hot Wheels. So I kind of got distracted and was like, ooh, salvos, let's go in there. So I thought I'd end the video by going into these salvos and then show you maybe some cars that are kind of on brand, you know what I'm saying? So into salvos we go first. Now, I didn't have a lot of luck in my previous op shop hunting video at salvos and things. I like that setup, chairs on the wall, that's great. I really think you've got to be super, super lucky to find something cool at a salvos, as far as the stuff that, you know, I'm into anyway. Yo, do you love these videos so much that you want to rock some SimpleSimon swag? I've got 5 designs that can get printed onto t-shirts, stickers, bed sheets, shower curtains and more, so I can be with you always. Link to my Redbubble store is in the description below.
I got this SimpleSimon clock from the SimpleSimon Redbubble store. It tells the time really good.
Alright, what a day. Obviously, Savers. Greensborough one's definitely better than the Ringwood one. The Ringwood one's quite small. Not a lot of stuff. I feel like there's a lot more chaos at the Savers in Greensborough. So if I had to recommend one, I'd definitely recommend the Greensborough one. For me, it's the OG. Cashies in Ringwood was pretty impressive. I was impressed with their collectibles there. The Cashies in Greensborough, man, what a fall from grace. The old cash converters there was in a really long sort of store. So there was a lot of stuff. I hadn't been there in a long time. But now it's kind of, I think it's more like one of those cash converter finance places where you trade in shit for money and I don't know. So I mean that's what cash converters is. But yeah, not a lot of stuff going on there. I'll show you what I picked up today. Just quickly, while I was at Epping, I picked up this Karomi mystery figure. Look at this big ass car about to park. For Sarah, it's $10. Figure there. Get her something for today. All right, and then the thing I picked up from Savers. This is from the Greensborough Savers. Now it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's a little bit dusty and stuff. Hopefully this sticker comes off nicely. It's only $5 and I was like, that's kind of cool. So I bought this little photo box. It's a thing that you store photos in. And you know me, I like photos. Photos represent, you know, all your memories, all the good times you've had in your life. Oh yeah, this definitely needs clean. I didn't realize how gross it was. So it's this little box and you put photos all around it, on the side, on the top, but then it actually opens up from the top like that. And it's like a little filing thing for more photos. Look. You pull them up, put all your favorite photos in there, and you can go through them. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I might go get a bunch of photos printed and make that box look pretty cool, but for $5, that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty sweet. I am now going to go to the car show. I think the way I'm going to edit this video is you've probably already seen the car stuff in my head. That's how I'm going to do it. You'll see the car stuff. Not a lot of stuff today. Hopefully this video wasn't too boring. Sometimes when I do these videos and I don't find stuff, I feel like, is it really even worth bringing the video out? But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the journey with me today. Come hang out, you know, that's what this video is about. It's about finding new places and hanging out with me. If you guys enjoyed the video, give this video a like, leave a comment, let us know if you've been to any of the places I've been to today. I didn't go to Collector's Quest while I was in Greensborough because I want to do a video where I revisit Collector's Quest and Trippy Trades and maybe the Game Experts as well. They're all in that little central area, so I didn't have time today to really go check out Collector's Quest and Trippy Trades, but I will return to those places in a separate video. I didn't film that today, so anyway, stay tuned for more different places to come. This is just one of those videos where I'm going to use, you know, break it up because, you know, like I said, it's getting hard to find new places every week. So yeah, again, if you enjoyed it, I appreciate you, and until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.